The worst bit of dog ownership. Hi, my name's Charlie Thorburn. Welcome to Mordor Gun Dogs. I'm just going to talk very briefly about the worst bit of dog ownership. The worst bit of dog ownership is that basically they don't live long enough. I've always tried to look at this as a positive. One of my favourite sayings is a dog is your best friend for a part of your life, and you are your dog's best friend for their entire life. And I love this quote, and I say it to my children, and I remind them how lucky we are because we get to have lots of dogs. I mean, me particularly. But as humans who live for 70, 80, 90 years, you know, we get to see dogs come and go. We get to experience all these different natures, all these different personalities of dogs, and it's wonderful. But it doesn't make it any easier when the day comes that you know that the dog's ready. And we've got our dear Crunchy here, who is very happy, but sadly she's got a liver failure, and she's, you know, we've got to call it a day because liver failure is one of the horrible things to die of. And we're lucky that I guess, unlike with people, you know, we can make that call. She's got a spring in her step. She's happy here chewing her grass. She'll get some steak and probably some fish because she loves fish later on. But we've had to make the very difficult call to lose one of our best friends, one of our family members, and a big part of our life. And it's really hard to do, and it doesn't get any easier when you have lots of dogs. But it's really important that you do it right. And I do see myself finding it really hard to make that decision. Do we get the timing right? Do we get the timing wrong? You don't want to do it too early, but you don't want to do it too late either. And I look at it from my point of view. If I'm old and I'm knackered, I don't want to be in pain. I don't want to be hanging around. You know, I'd rather be living my life and then, you know, keel over. That's the dream, isn't it? I would never tell anyone that it's time to put their dog to sleep. It's obviously their own decision. It's a very personal sort of family decision, but it's really important that you think about that as part of ownership of dog. Don't leave it too long. Make sure you've had a plan, because what you want to remember, and this is coming from someone who's had to do this probably more times than most and still finds it incredibly difficult, what you've got to remember is that you want to remember the dog as the happy, lucky spring in the step dog, not as an old dog who's really uncomfortable and on lots of medication and doesn't really know what's going on, etc. So I wish you all the best with your dogs. We've got a sad day ahead of us. Crunchy, come here. But you know, it's my responsibility, and it's a decision I make when I own these dogs, is to give them a great life and as best possible end as well. Thank you all for watching, and remember, you get out what you put in, and hopefully we'll see you next time.